Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another Modstream. And iQuare, thank you very much for reminding me of that video thumbnail. You want to know about ReapSo? It's still processing because it's almost 3 hours long. I'll release it soon. And yes, I guess iQuare already brought up the Cropil video, so I don't even need to do a content plug. That's pretty cool. Thanks for doing that for me, dude. Trying to figure out what the direction oriented. Direction oriented. Yeah. It's I think the only archive of that is on Jay Barino's channel. I didn't keep versions of each individual patch. Yep. What's up, Vic? Are you ready for the 3-hour long suffering video? Yeah, it's lit. All of the restrictions, like not being able to build air units, not being able to use ComSat, not being able to lift off, is just because I didn't want the player accidentally finding the micro area. That's actually the reason. I talk about that towards the end. It's really embarrassing. You're fucking welcome for not making that map. You're welcome. How could I? Yeah, check this out. 2 hours, 52 minutes. That's how long it took me to beat in Consummate Map 6 and analyze it. Ooh, boy. So I think it's time that I finish the Protoss AI and then jump into map crap full toilet development because otherwise we won't have any maps. So. Could you imagine if like 3 years later I actually do make that micro map? You imagine finally released part 7 or map 7 of Inconsum. It's just as fucking bad as all of the other ones. Holy shit. I would have to commit Sudoku, I think. Oh yeah. So a couple of things here. I don't remember if I added the art. Wait, hold on. So no towns Nexus for the Forge. Yeah, 3 years from now. Right, yeah. looking at it, and I do think there are diminishing returns on how good you can make the content, though. Like, I do feel like we've just rocketed past where we were 3 years ago. But 3 years from now, I don't know. I mean, this might just be hubris. I might be like really stupid, and this might get clipped and sent to me later, 3 years from now. But I'm not sure if the content will be as much of a leap from like Inconsummate to current Hydra, and like I don't know from current Hydra to 3 years from now if we're gonna have the same leap. You know what I mean? I mean, I'm sure there will be a leap. Like that's not negotiable, right? That's almost 100% certain. But wait, what? I think it's like I don't remember what this unit requires. Oh yeah, I guess I should actually talk about some Hydra news, Hydra development. The portrait data extender is in the works. And after that, we'll be looking to extend the in-game bullet limit past 100, because that's a fucking abysmal idea. Don't ever make your fucking bullet limit in an RTS 100. What is wrong with you? And certainly don't hardcode certain units to not fire after 80 bullets exist. What is wrong with you? Okay, Citadel, Ancestral Effigy. But aside from that, yeah, we'll see what happens. I actually don't know what I'm going to do for my brother's birthday this year. He's into playing Hydra, though, so I'll probably make him some Ahmed maps or something. But we'll see. And anyway, I'm aware that we're limited by the engine, but you gotta see, like, from in terms of constructing a map, we've made a huge leap from Inconsummate to Hydra maps in 3 years. I don't know if we can get from Hydra maps to whatever is 3 years from now to be that much better on a map design or level design manner. Certainly the surroundings will improve pretty dramatically. But you guys have to, like, what this has reminded me of is just how bad the maps were in 2017 compared to now. And I don't think I'll be looking back. I think I'll look back and think most maps that were made in 2020 or most experiences I had in 2020 were at least serviceable. You know what I mean? Like, at least they were, good enough to be promising. They're tech demos, they're proofs of concept, but still. Well, the main issue with AI is that they just don't engage with the content the same way that we do. So they're like godlike at micro. And to the extent that any interaction is solvable, they're godlike at those interactions as well, which is why they're godlike at micro, because it's never the wrong decision to like pull back when you're being pursued and in order to kite, just like it's never the wrong decision to like lead the opponent's unit. And the only thing that limits that for humans is the fact that we also have to focus on other things, whereas the AI doesn't have that limitation, right? So that's the major issue with like writing a high level AI, that especially in a game like Brood War where there's a lot of micro outplay potential, but not a lot of action economy for you to dedicate to that when you also have to macro and do all this other stuff. Yeah, the process will definitely be way better. I agree there. APM limits are gross though. Like super gross, because you have to figure out, like, basically you have to give it a tier list, and you then have to figure out at what point do you change the tier list. Like what, because if you actually want to emulate human players, you APM limit, and then you need to make that APM limit flexible so they have bursts of micro potential when necessary. And then you have to be like, under these circumstances, the tier list is micro my units as the number one. But under other circumstances, it's you build structures. It's just like you have to literally artificially limit this artificial intelligence no matter what you do. That's why APM limits are so gross. Oh, finally, this video is ready to go. Boom! Real owl. Accidentally clicking on things. All right, so we do have principalities. I think that was it then. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything else. Oh, I have to add the code for. Wait, where's Robo? RoboFac. We'll call this. All right. You two. Any concept map I still like? I mean, the best one is probably the fifth one, but it's still got so many issues. I would say map 2 is probably the most forgettable one. Map 3 at least has the drama of Goska going on there, which is something to latch onto. But it's not particularly great, all the same. So something I'm kind of conflicted on is that the Grand Library currently is accessible only after you get a Citadel of Adun or an Ancestral Effigy, which are tier 2 Templar structures, right? You need, well, I guess you need a decent amount of gas to unlock Dragoons. So you got Principality and Cybernetics Core are the tier 1, right? And then you can get a Grand Library. I guess based on the costs that I'm seeing here, though, you should probably be able. Yeah, I think I'll just change it to Principality and Cybernetics Core, so that way it's consistent with all of them. Because the other two require tier 2 instead. So map 4 was just like, it was probably the most movie one, maybe besides map 6. They're both like that, but map 6 was so fucking absurd and annoying that you burned into my retinas. Okay, so we made that change. I just have to jump in here in the Grand Library. I feel like we need a map, a tech tree map. I don't know how to design something like that. Exactly. But if we did something like, yeah, instead it just does all that stuff in a briefing. I'm glad it wasn't another micro map. Jeez. Technically, there wasn't any micro maps. It's just segments of existing maps that were micro. Okay, so you're talking about. Well, I wish it would just select 100 pixels across, but you know, got to be difficult. I want to hollow this out, but I don't remember how to do that with a selection. Maybe I can select inverse. And I'm probably making this way more complicated than it needs to be. There we go. Oh, wait. What if I do this? Oh, okay. No, I don't know. What I was thinking is you would have tiers, categories, structures. Yeah, I guess what you're talking about. So something like that. All right, we'll figure out the rest later on. The only problem is that obviously we're gonna have to like split this up because we're almost gonna have like gradations or whatever. So I'll move 5 down and give it like 2 rows basically. Yeah. If we're gonna do this, actually, we might as well just figure out the style shit later on. It's not that important right now. But yeah, I think a tech tree map would be really useful, especially for newer players who are overwhelmed by the sheer number of additions. Okay. So we'll call this I'm going to need to jump into the command icons folder. Yeah, I figured it would be something useful like that. So the main issue, I'm not really sure how to balance stuff like the I'm not sure how to like set up the unit relations, right? I don't think it makes sense to separate them out into economic and tech. I think there should just be like utility. So if we do something like yeah, well there's like treasury and then there's the I think that would be the only other economic thing really. Would be the treasury, so. And we could also put like defensive structures in that category. Yeah, making a tech chart. Help people figure stuff out. I guess we will just call this utility for now. It's kind of awkward that it's like such an all-encompassing label. I don't know about the unit icons being that small. Maybe they could be double the size. Or they could be half of, like a quarter of the whole square footage, so you could fit multiple in at a time if you wanted to. So 48 would probably be serviceable there. Oh, I said mech twice. That's pretty funny. I didn't even notice that until just now. The other thing to think about too is how to display things that are unlocked by another unit. That I think will need to be something like this. If I rasterize these layers, okay, thank God. Now the only problem is that this goes through the supply depot, right? So I'm probably going to have to change something about that. Oh, right, I see what you're saying. Well, I needed to get rid of the black background. How do I make it so that it adds on to itself? Do I just hold... Isn't there a way to like extend or merge these? I guess technically it's still part of the same shape, but it doesn't look like it is. Like it's all one thing apparently, but... Um... Yeah, I don't know what to do about that. I mean, technically we don't have any other units, but this is like a... Like if I were to connect these, right? Like this way. I mean, for one, it's kind of hard to tell that the command center is unlocking them all. But for another, it's like, I don't know. There's something weird about that. I guess I could just cheat by moving the command center over, but I'm trying to come up with some sort of like system that would actually work for this instead of like finding a workarounds. Like, for now, I guess I'll move the stuff over, but... It feels pretty lame to do that. You know what I mean? I guess I could add another gap between the headers and then have the line go up, but that feels really messy compositionally. Oh yeah, with the line going through them all. I agree. That's why I didn't want to do it that way. So let's grab the armory. Where are we at here? I guess I'll swap the depot with the refinery. That way, when I put the treasury up, we can have that be over there as well. On the same sort of side. Yeah, I'm sure the line themselves will evolve over time, and we'll find something else to use for that. Oh, the other thing too is figuring out add-ons. I don't know what those are going to look like. We have so many different units now, so... The other thing too is that we should, like, in a perfect world, we would have a web page where we could like click on any one of these icons and it would take like mouse over it to hover to get its name and some stats, and then click on it to go to a dedicated page for it. Obviously, we don't have that kind of fucking power yet, but that would be pretty epic. Or I should say, that will be pretty epic when it happens. Because in a web design manner or something like that, that would make a lot more sense, I think. But that would require that we add each individual icon as like its own asset and load it in or whatever. So maybe this will just end up being a mock-up for my own use. Yeah, there's something satisfying about the colors. For sure. How you doing, Luciferius? Actually, putting all of this into perspective, it's really cool that this is what you have access to. This isn't even everything you have access to, but this is what you have access to for tier 1. Like, that's pretty nice, I think. I don't know what's vibrating me. Oh. That was completely unrelated. Don't worry about it, man. It's a good thing you get a lot of practice. Oh yeah, missile turret will have to be moved over. So that when we throw in the bunker. That can be... Oh, I guess we can just do it that way at the same time. Oh, we can just put it right here. So never mind. Even, I mean, it's a bio structure in a way, so that's fine, I guess. Academy is no longer in the game. Of course. Why doesn't it want to snap to the area that I want it to? Maybe I should just do a pen tool or something. Might be better. Oh. Yeah, I don't get it. Not sure why it's being a piece of shit sometimes. I have to like guess the offset or something. What the fuck? There's got to be a better way to do this sort of flowchart stuff. Why? Why hurt me this much? Like, clearly this exists as a snap point because I just had it too. Just didn't realize if I had it. No. That's gross. And I do not do gross things. Well, and that's not true. I played in Consummate earlier. What the fuck, dude? I guess I can just mask out areas I don't want. I'll clean it up later. I don't know where the Salvo Yard icon is. I'll have to find out whatever the unit ID is. These are all they're not individual shapes. It's all one shape. So I don't think I can do that. The other problem with this though is I don't know how to show command center add-ons. I mean, I guess like I don't know how to show which unit links it. I guess I could use different colors for when it's a building that unlocks a unit and then a building that unlocks an add-on, or a building that trains a unit, building that trains an add-on. Like that's possible. I still think maybe the pen tool would have been a better move for this stuff. Oh boy, do we have some problems. Some lag. Hold on, let me go ahead and close and reopen this. Move what? I can move the whole thing. Oh wait, hold on. Nope. Could not complete your request because of a program error. By the way. Never saw that error before. Okay. Alright, Photoshop said no. Sorry. I tried. I can't select the shape tool because of a program error. Oh. Okay. Let's try this again. Ah, it works. Cool. Yeah, I figured there had to be some way to do this. How do I actually select these and resize them? Oh. Reasonable. Well, whatever. Alright, what's next? Science facility. That's not really what I was going for, but I guess I'll have to do like a gradient map or something. I don't actually know. Yeah, but that's pretty dumb. The shapes are supposed to be editable. There's the salvo yard. Found it. I also saw the future station in there, which will need to be by the armory. Oh, man. I think we should just lay... Honestly, I'll turn the lines off for now. I think we should just lay out the icons before we worry about connecting stuff. Just that way I don't have any stupid ideas for... what's going on here. This is how you have to scroll down, by the way. Can you make inner glow transparent or something? All right, well, if we get that far, I will update that stuff. I feel like we're missing something. Oh yeah, the Quantum Institute. Where's that at? I guess I'll go back and Oh, man. I don't know, man. This seems pretty messy. I don't know how I would connect lines or whatever. Definitely need to think about this a little bit more. Particularly since I'm not really sure, like, how to create the hierarchy, right? Well, it's like I don't know how to. I think there should probably be like a category for production or like for structure add-on unit. Sort of like I have different sizes, right? Let's see how other people have done this because I don't really know. Starcraft tech tree. See if we can find some images. Well, these are Blizzard images, but well, there's like no unifying theory I see about this stuff. Why why are there like random detectors for the other races in here? What the fuck? Oh, this is not official though. This is by somebody else. But this is actually from them themselves. This is a little bit better because you have unit icons. Yeah, I forgot supply depot was required before barracks. What a fucking shit show. But the other problem here is that, like, if I didn't know that, for example, the only production structures were barracks, factory, starport, and obviously command center, I would actually assume that the armory produced the Thor, the Ghost Academy produced the Ghost, the Fusion Core produced the Battlecruiser. Like, that's what I would assume looking at this image, right? Which is obviously not the case. And the other thing is, like, I get what they're doing with these arrows, but I feel like the arrows themselves are a little confusing too because there's so little real estate for the line to exist over here. So at first glance, I thought they were saying like PF unlocks sensor tower and missile turret or something. That is the gimmicky way that they restricted you to be from being able to like go barracks first into depot, because that's obviously a more optimal build if you can still have the money and the ability to produce SCVs. So yeah, I don't like this at all. Oh, this is from 2007. That's really confusing. Don't make me look at that. What is this? So here's something where I think it was somebody else's. This is clearly like fan made, I'm pretty sure. I can't actually see the unit, of course. Okay. Thanks, Imgur. Really helpful. Creepling Nest, by the way. Deep Warren, by the way. Oh, this is StarcraftFanfiction.wikia.com, by the way. Don't make me look at that. Yeah, they basically have the same thing here, except they removed all the other icons or units or whatever. This is for some mod. What's going on, Adam? Yeah, right now I'm just trying to create a mock-up, and I'm looking for like, I'm trying to see how other artists or other developers. Why am I never allowed to? What if I turn this off? No, it's not uBlock. I don't know what's causing this issue. Is it this? I wonder if it's like a browser issue. Yeah, I guess it was. I don't know. It's really weird. I'm trying to see how other developers have done it anyway. The font was Kenyan Coffee. It was just what I had last edited stuff with, so. Again, these are only buildings, so it doesn't really show you how units map in. And I also think that it's not particularly it's not a one size fits all approach. Like if there was a different way that the tech tree worked out, these would need to be reshuffled. But I don't know how to sort units and structures into categories like biome, mech, etc., utility, whatever infrastructure. I don't know how to sort that stuff together in a way that feels good to look at. You know what I mean? While still remaining like accurate. I don't know how to describe it really. Anyway, let's double our canvas here. I don't. Hello? Apparently that did nothing. Oh, I think I just resized it. Or did I? No, I negative canvassed it. I see. I took some stuff away. That's pretty goofy. Whatever. I can just re-add the other one. Oh, it's still here as a layer? Oh yeah, it was hiding. Okay, whatever. So fucking dumb. I want the nodes there because I want the connections to be clear, but I also think that there's like, even after I increase white space, it's going to be a spider web to look at if we don't lay things out in a very good manner. You know what I mean? Like I started to connect the lines here, but we obviously, like, it just looks very messy. I also forgot to delete the backing of that. All right, so now that we've got more space, we'll move the air over there. Okay. Somewhat put together. All right, I think in addition to the tier folders, I'm also going to do stuff like move all of these within like air or whatever. So I don't know if I want to do air and then tiers, like for example, the branch, so air, bio, utility, mech, within one folder and then tiers within that, or if I want to do tier 1 and then air and so on. I think it would be better if we had, for example, air and then within that tier 1. So we'll call this air. Say tier 1. Maybe we can even say units. And then grab the starport. Well, it doesn't really matter in this case, but so yeah, maybe we won't bother with units and structures in the same way. So now we can create a new group and call it tier 2 as soon as we've jumped down. Minimize this. All right, so now we can minimize that. So you can take refinery, assault turret, CB armory. Yeah, I think this works out better. Much more reasonable, in my opinion. And now all we have left are things that we can group together in bio. Right? And delete this, delete that. I guess maybe it makes more sense to actually have it be such that the like the block starts over there or whatever. You. Okay. So now we've got more white space in general. Okay. Now the only problem really is that the nanite assembly, while I will be moving it over to air since it's majority air, it's not only air. And that's kind of my main quibble with that. You know how it is. All right, let's find that damn Quantum Institute. Oh, here's the quarry. I think that requires a science facility, so... Not seeing... Oh, here's Treasury. Another thing I forgot about. I think this also requires science facility. Aha! I found it, finally. Actually, that's almost been a forgotten meme for a lot of people, so I don't get that too often. But so a long time ago, when I was working on the first version of Project Hydra, back when the remaster was still something I was pursuing in terms of like figuring out whether or not it would be useful for modding or not, we learned a valuable lesson that it was not going to be useful. But a long time ago, at least 3 minus 1 years ago, probably. Maybe, yeah, I think it was 2 years ago. So a long time ago, we were working on this map. We're working on the Jacobs installation, that first micro mission where you're playing as Raynor. And there was a location there are two locations in that map that are simulation, that are just stupid, right? One of them is just them with a question mark. And the other one is Zerg here with an exclamation point. And so both of those became memes instantly because of how ridiculous they were. And they're in the original map. Like that's Blizzard's own location naming. And like that, not even proper grammar or anything, don't worry about it. So that absolutely like buckled us when we were working on that map for a while, Necron and myself. And like Necron was blown away. He's like, "Holy shit, I thought they would be like professionally named or something." And like I already knew that they were not, but I didn't know that there was those stupid ass names were in the game. I still like laughed at that. So that was funny to me and baffling to him. And so eventually we just got to the point where we started saying like them Zerg here, and like that just became a catchphrase. And then we would start clipping like anybody who says Zerg here as like a line of dialogue or something. We just started like finding people who would say the phrase in the middle of playthroughs or dialogue in a game or something like that. And so we would just hear like Zerg here. Obviously, nobody says them. That's never going to be a clip. But ever since then, Zerg here was born. Now it's not really like its peak popularity was like a year ago or so, but now it's more like occasionally you'll hear somebody say Zerg here and you'll be like, oh yeah, that, and laugh. So there you go. That's the etymology of Zerg here. Also, what's up, DF? Now, don't ask me to explain that. I wouldn't be able to tell you. Basically, back on Mixer, on the Mixer days when Mixer was still around and I restreamed to Mixer, there was this insane emoji that DF was using for a while to as like a way to say that he was on the stream. And it turned then when Mixer reworked their emoji, it turned into this giant flaming hot Cheeto face. And no matter what version of it. Oh yeah, before it was like a blushing guy, and we have that on the Discord server now as an emoji. And now it's like a man who looks like he's taken a mean shit. Or before then it turned into that and then Mixer shut down. So now he's on YouTube and he's reacting with the closest version of that emoji that he could find. But every single time he would do that, I would go to try to make the face again, but it's like the auditory cue as well is important. And now, as soon as anytime he posts that, I have to greet him with that. Yeah, that's true too. Like Zerg here is very common in projects. What did you think the reference was, Luciferius? There's a clip of Jay Barino saying it, which we like. I clipped that out at some point and threw that around, but that was after the reference had already or after the meme had already begun, basically. We're missing the Cyclops icon. Should be up here somewhere. I think he's like in the 50s. Yeah, there he is. I still think it should be something like to the from a left to right sort of pattern. It should be like, main structure, add-on, unit or something. I feel like that's still probably the best way to go about it. So like unit in this case would move over to the right. Yeah. So the location is Zerg here with a question mark, and that's when Raynor says Zerg here. But just the fact that the location was called Zerg here with a question mark was like just destroyed me back in the day. Like it is technically related. It's just not like the back end string, the debug string, or whatever the location name is. What's goofy about it? All right, I kind of want to pursue that unitite and add on separation idea. So let's move this guy over there. We'll start with bio. Well, there will be some setup that we do at some point, I think. I'm not sure exactly what it's going to be, but it's almost certain that I'm just gonna run down here and like grab all tier 2 stuff and I guess tier 3 and tier 4 as well. Move it down 96 pixels. So we have a little bit more maneuvering room over here. And then we can do this. And now we have like a pretty clear hierarchy, I think. I need to go and grab the... There's a Firebat icon in here somewhere. I'm sure of it. There's Ahmed, Madcap, and Cyprian is like 92, I think. I guess Ahmed should be over here. Oh. I am wondering why this file is apparently, looking at the bottom right anyway, I am definitely wondering why this file is 152 megabytes. Like, what the fuck kind of insane memory leak has happened? Also, I guess the medic should move up a little bit. Give a little bit more spacing. Well, I don't know about what do you mean by frame exactly, unless you're talking about like actually taking the box that they're in and like adding up 1 pixel frame or a small amount of a pixel of a frame, like a box frame, or are you talking about like outlining them? I feel like any like outline would look pretty ugly, but the frame, an actual box frame might do the trick. I'm honestly not sure. Yeah, I feel like this is much more reasonable. Let's do the same thing over here. I guess the main issue now is figuring out how to set up the armory and engineering bay and all, like, basically making it so that the future station is shown to be connected to the armory and not to the command center. Because once we throw in like the comsat and other stuff, it's going to be pretty awkward, I think. Like, we could put the armory underneath the missile turret, but then that kind of leads to its own degree of confusion. Yeah, that doesn't seem like a good solution to me. If anything, it might get confusing as to why it exists in multiple cases. We're on the right track, though. I just don't know exactly. Like, the other thought that I had was expanding the armory, like expanding this off to the left, right? Moving refinery supply depot over. Missile turret would remain. Well, I guess that really wouldn't change much, would it? But anyway, my idea was like moving the armory over to the left. And then I guess like setting the tech up so that like engineering bay, science facility would be off elsewhere. But I'm trying to find some solution that works for every kind of tech tree, right? It was the problem. So like in this case, we've got units, and then we've got like tech structures slash add-ons for units that unlock certain units or whatever. And then there's the production structures, right? I guess in the case of the bunker, we also have a case where there's like something that's not so simple. I don't know. Seems a little odd. Again, why does it say that it's what is this number down here? 1.173.4 M. Why are my M's that sizable? Very confusing stuff. But anyway, what I could do is take the engineering bay and the science facility and the quantum institute and just move them over like this. It's just that they're kind of out of sync with the command center, which is the tier 1 tech structure in that way. Which is my main concern. I could then move the command center over, but I don't know how I would separate out the fact that the SCV is like attached to the command center. You know what I mean? So like that's my main issue right now. Otherwise, I think this is going fine. Certainly a lot better than what it was at before. So now if we jump in and we grab the Ghost and Savannah's like 187. Here we go. Yeah, of course. All right. I feel like that looks all right, actually. We're getting there, man. All right, what is unlocked by the... Okay, so I know we get Gorgons and Wyverns and Valkyries from the munitions bay. And the Wyvern is like 91 or something. There it is. And I thought the Gorgon was fairly low in the unit ID listing. Yeah, it's 23. Found them all. Just adding all of these right now really puts into perspective how many units are in the game compared to what used to be the case. Yeah, that's I don't think that's accurate whatsoever, actually. Unsurprising, I suppose. Okay, so now I need to grab this and the Shaman. We're good there. All right, I think we got all of the initial units here. Now I do need to throw down the physics lab after science facility tech, so we'll go ahead and do that now. And down here. Uh, uh, Physics lab is down here somewhere. All right, so now we need Centaur, Pegasus. I've noticed that when Photoshop starts memory leaking really badly, what tends to happen a lot of the time is that when I double click on a layer to open up the like the blending options and stuff, it just crashes. Nice fucking program, honestly. I need to find the salamander. Salamander. There we go. And here we go. Okay. Beautiful. I think that's all the units. Am I missing anything? Well, Adobe is definitely bad, but the other problem here is that I mean, I'm using an older version of Photoshop anyway, and the later versions only got worse. I might have to actually like downgrade, more like upgrade to an older version of Photoshop, even considering this is CS6, and I think DF uses like CS2 or something, like a much older than mine. But he has no problems with memory leaking, and my computer is, I think, much faster than his, or at least it's comparable. So the idea that he would have issues and I wouldn't doesn't really, like, I don't know what's causing that. It's pretty annoying. Oh, CS5, so not that much older. So yeah, I might have to go back to that. Though I don't think I've ever used it, so it's not really going back for me, but you get the idea. All right, I just need to add on. Well, I need to go back to the armory and move it over. And I need to go to the future station and move it over. And then I need to add the nuke silo and comsat. Oh wait, it was, yeah, 48, right? Was that right? No, we went up to 64 with these guys. And I guess for memes, I can throw in the nuke missile. All right, I think we've completed our tech path thing. Oh, well, if you want to send it my way, then I'd be much obliged. At some point, I'll transfer everything over. I hope that there's no missing features that I actually use. A lot of bloat and shit gets added with each version. Yeah, I would really love to have the command center be right here above the engineering bay. I just don't know how to make it so that it's obvious that that's what trains the SCV. I could move the refinery and supply depot down, right? But that kind of implies that they aren't available immediately. I would basically just have to avoid drawing a connection between some of this stuff. The other concern that comes with that though is that then the add-ons are in a weird spot because then they almost looks like they're being unlocked by these guys because they would be over there. So we're kind of fucked. It's like we damned if we do and damned if we don't. I'm not sure about this one, man. So we save this as a PNG. Let's take a look. I definitely think we need some sort of dividing lines between the between the rows, basically, because it makes it a lot easier to know what's happening when I have this fucking grid on, right? Yeah, yeah, true. I guess no matter what, because of the width I'm in. Yeah, it's. I guess I should be doing it as 6 pixels. Sort of eyeballing this separation right now, but I can change stuff up if need be. Oh, apparently this whole time the SUV icon has had the background. Pretty funny. That's my name. Yeah, I just don't understand how they managed to introduce more memory leaking as time went on, as opposed to like, I mean, I understand how. It just feels like they should have tried a little harder. Yeah, I guess we do need some sort of framing if we're going to have this many things. Like the implied lines are there, but we need some sort of explicit framing for these things. Maybe we don't necessarily if we have the connecting lines, but I don't know for sure. Just looking at it right now. Looks like we didn't get rid of that there. Oh yeah, I should probably move the SUV icon a couple. Oh wait, did I have to move? I don't think I had to move those down at all. Move the whole thing over. Yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's the plan, actually. Believe it or not. That's funny you say that. So, like, the idea is that we'll have the lines that create an obvious hierarchy, but we will eventually. Actually, I don't know what Vika's been up to on that regard. He sent me some sort of write up of like what it will eventually look like. So that if you click on the marine icon, for example, it'll give you tier 1, some unit role. Obviously, this is just a quick draft on his part. I don't know if that's on a web page or if that's something else. Wow, that was pretty good. I do feel like there's got to be some, like I was saying earlier, there's got to be some sort of implied system or background, or explicit background, rather. But. Right. Holy shit. That's a good one. I've got zero, well, not exactly zero experience with JavaScript, but next to zero experience. The only thing I've ever done in that is Officer Todd. That was it. Now known as Deputy Dad. I wonder when I'll rename him to Mike. Mike needs his badge. He needs to serve. I don't know if you guys can even see Mike. Actually, I haven't looked at whether or not you can see Mike. There you go. There's Mike. He's still going strong. Dude, Mike lives on. Well, not really lives, but hello, Mike. Anyway, now that I've wasted a bunch of time on this, at least an hour, if not more, I'll save this as a PNG again. And I guess I'll send it to you, Veek, if you want to take a look at implementing it, quote unquote. Good luck. I can also send you the PSD, though, if you want to start messing around with stuff. Adam, I don't know if you're on Discord, but if you want to, I can put my Discord in the chat, and you can add me or whatever. If you are on Discord, you can add me, and I can send you the PSD too, since you were talking about changing stuff up, but I don't know if you were going to use Photoshop or not. So maybe you just do your own mock-up if that's what you prefer doing. Forgot about all this shit. I guess I'll just leave this as is for now. This program is very functional. There we go. I guess I could send, like, upload it to a file and then drop the link here instead. Hold on. See if that link works. Assuming Photoshop doesn't mark it as spam and execute me on the spot. While that's figured out, I gotta use the bathroom, so I'll be right back. Enjoy Mike behind the BRB screen. All right, I'm back. Yes, the #1 modding show on planet Earth, dude. The #1 me show. Oh, I guess that's not even true either, but fuck. I'm trying to come up with some angle where I can call it this the #1. The #1 Project Hydra related show. There you go. We did it, boys. So I guess I should actually go back to, after all that, all I needed to do was go in here and change this to cybernetics. I don't know if cybernetics core costing 100 gas makes sense. We'll find out. That might need to be some adjustments here. Yeah, that's #1 Zerg here show. #1 fucking Mike. #1 show guest starring Mike, the foam skull. What a reality. All right. So all of that, right? And then still, the other thing that I have to do, I have to make sure that we have these. I assume I didn't add these already. Yeah. Okay. Nah. If he can survive getting punched in the skull, I mean, that's the only thing he can survive, I guess, but not like you can punch him anywhere else when all he is a skull. Come on, you gotta show Mike some love, dude. It's been through a lot. It's had to endure being beaten by multiple men. I like it too how, like, the subtext of his inclusion in all of my projects is just that my father beats him up when nobody's looking. But really, that's me. So. Technically, some people did look. Well, I showed them. Oh shit, dude! I don't know the answer to that. All right, explain Sag to me, Triple H. You fucking you. I actually don't know what that means. That's a new meme. Fresh meme alert. New meme alert. And wait, why do I have an empty music folder? Oh, wait, I remember why. So there was I forgot about that. I had added music at some point that was like just a remake of the, or no, it was cutting out the Brood War track from Terran, I think. And that added a lot of file size, so I said fuck that. But I don't think there's really any way getting around that when we decide to have our own music. Oh, Jesus. Oh, maybe those were just spam. Never mind. False alarm. What's wrong with these people? Okay. Dude, I can't believe that we're actually going to release with like 23 or 24 new units whenever this patch is done. Assuming I don't get arrested. Which is not as much of a guarantee as I would like it to be. I think we should probably copy over the Terran production thread for the Protoss stuff. Add prod. I thought I had already done this, but... Oh. Never mind. What was I thinking of? I thought I already redrafted the add production stuff, but I guess I didn't. Well, never mind then. I don't know what to do about that, actually. Yeah, I think we need to change this up a little bit. Oh, wait, no, I see what I did. Jesus Christ. So this is for general, right? This will be the general path. And otherwise, you go over here. So I guess it should be like add prod gate. Add prod. Oh, wait, no, this is ranger gate, and then this is prod air. Add prod ranger. Okay. That way it calls them in different orders depending on the personality, which is obviously pretty big. I think other than that, should be pretty good here. So then I get the lovely task of duplicating this and swapping out gateway for grand library. Match case, do not wrap around. All in all, not so bad. Okay. And then down in, oh yeah, I guess I'll modify the quantities here. I've gotten a little too good at jumping through all of these hoops. Seems a little kooky. All right, do the same thing for Robo now, and then we're good because I already did the Argosy, I believe. Scroll down enough, yeah. Yeah, I wouldn't have compiled otherwise. Fingers are so cold. All right, let's take a look here. What's going on here? Oh, I see. Wait. No, I don't see. I think this used to be for authorities or whatever. Oh, shit. Thanks. Mwah. Glad that I have my audio off for the stream. So only I hear the insane sub noise. I can reenact it though. That's what it sounds like. I don't know why I added that little check. That's another problem with this code. Looking at it now is like, there's some decisions that I made that are like, more than a little confusing, we'll say. Looking back at it now, anyway. All right, this is Robo Medium. Oops. Should be able to just axe all this stuff. Mac. So I guess there should be like at least 3. Oh no, no, I don't know what it is. Yeah, no, at least it's fine there. And then add boom. I must have combined some of these because they ended up being the same amount. But the problem is that if you don't have them separated out into separate functions, it's so impossible to look at and customize. And if you decide you want to tweak any numbers, you're setting yourself up for a lot more work later on. So like this should probably be, this is for Ranger, right? So med gen then becomes 2 robotics authorities as the minimum. Okay, I guess that's fine actually in this situation, but I just would want to avoid any sort of edge cases like that in the future if possible. So we'll have to see what we can come up with. What a disaster. Okay. I think this is probably fine looking at it now. Guess we can go back up and we'll just try to compile this for now. I do have RoboAuth in here and I have the other stuff. Do I have yeah, white principality, okay. Should be good to go. See what we got. Oh, I think I know why. Really? I guess I never added the pariah stuff. That shouldn't be that big of a deal, though. I can just grab the Atreus code. Jump it down here. I've forgot about that a long time ago, apparently, because there's a couple days ago that I was doing this. These are really arbitrary breakpoints, so it's not really that spectacular in my opinion, but all right. All right, it's in. Very nice. Very nice. We appreciate that. Big fan. See what happens when we jump in here. All right, spamming out Marines. We like to see that. See what we get out of here. Now, again, I haven't added defensive calls for, I don't think Terrans, but definitely not Protoss to use the new units for defense. They will use them for attack, but that means that they have to wait for an attack to come before they call them. They're not going to build them preemptively unless they're expressly told to in the script, which they almost never are. So we are going to have to sit here and wait and see what units they're pulling out here. But this air-focused build appears to be going Wraiths, which makes sense because they are putting together, you know, mostly air. Now, there's no scanner, I don't think. So this red attack is going to fall pretty flat when the Wraiths come in, considering they already have cloak. But this is a very heavy gas investment. So, I mean, it still could be disastrous economically speaking, considering we have, you know, they could outrun or outlast the Wraith energy with the medic. I didn't see the medic until just now. So that does change things a little bit. But, you know, just one depot death so far. Should see an SCV die. Some Zerglings have arrived to reinforce. Nothing crazy. Single Vulture, but it's moving back. And that Wraith did run out of energy. This garrison sitting here doing nothing. Classic. Now they've lost a barracks. This could get a little messy. They might lose this starport. They will lose the refinery and the depot, it looks like. But this force is way more scary than anything else, I think. So as soon as that goes off, we're probably going to see a death. We are seeing him try to tech up. He's got 3 racks, 2 fact. He's not super ill-equipped to deal with this, but if he doesn't, you know, train a bunch more men well before this attack starts going, it's going to be a quick match. We'll say that much. Especially if he's running all of his Marines out, as he does. Not a single firebed, not a single add-on, actually. We don't see any galleries. Obviously, NGB is not finished, so there couldn't be any other add-ons anyway, but... Vulture's on the high ground. Love it. Not gonna look too hot, though. Think he's dead. Probably dead. Maybe they fight this off, but this is going to deal way more economic damage than what was dealt to purple. And, you know, he's purple himself already has... Second base... Still only mining gas right now, but third base just got set up. Like he's sitting much prettier. He can recover given the pressure is way more so on the this team. This one attack should seal the deal entirely. Glad to see the Protoss back on top where they belong. It's over. Other AIs, they're just too stupid, it seems. I mean, in theory, blue could help. I just don't know what he would do exactly. He's gone queens. Or at least for a Queen's Nest. Getting another hatch. Has Nathror cores. Could be big, actually. But here comes the counterattack from purple as well. He's not happy with this situation. A single Cyclops is probably not going to help you out here, unfortunately. Yeah. Single Hydra won't really turn the tide either. Do we have a +1 by any chance? Is it spin? Dude, he's got double forge. Yeah, this guy fucks. Okay. Meanwhile, I don't think there's an armory yet for this player, but he has decided to just say fuck it and go 5 port. Nice. 6 port. Holy shit. 6 port opener. I like it, actually. This build could be really, really big in team games. That's pretty good. I like that. Things are looking up for not for the top team, but in general. Got some Nathror cores twitching. Got a single spider. Oh, 2 spider mines. Placed very intelligently. Third one placed very intelligently. This one actually would be useful, ironically, if they ever took that other route. Here comes some more units. See a nerd. Oof. We have +1 Carapace already for the Zerg player. That's something. I don't even know where their Evo chamber is. Oh, it's mutating into a mutation pit. Not a bad timing, though. I guess it could be a little bit faster. Ancestral Effigy coming up. How many gates are we up at right now? 5. There's 4 operational. And he's warped in 2, 3, 4. Wait. No. Yeah, just 1, 2, 3. So he's going from 4 gate to 7. I just heard another structure. Oh, there's his 8th. Very great base layout, by the way. And all of this off of just 2 bases. Protoss are pretty strong, man. And he's got, I think he's going double core though, right? Or did I miss something? I don't know how he managed to, oh yeah, he is. Okay. I was going to say, otherwise I don't know how he managed to get Dragoons if he didn't go double core. But check out my fucking meme unit. I need a new graphic for that guy for sure. Hi. Yeah, these guys just didn't rebuild drones very much. They weren't really harassed the entire game, too. I think there's something really weird going on with the Zerg where they either they build too many drones and don't have larvae, or they build too few drones and don't have resources. I don't know what a a sane middle ground looks like there. But yeah, I actually think that worked out. That was pretty cool. All things considered. First test. There's still some more stuff that we got to do, though. Of course. Ugh. Six kill Wraith. Yeah, dude. Wraiths are really strong right now. I don't know what you guys think about that. They used to be memes, but now that they can cloak by default and they get faster anti-ground attack speed while cloaked, they're not too bad. I still would have preferred to see some. I mean, I guess against Zerg for one, and also against Bioterran, it doesn't really make any sense to go Wendigos, but I would have imagined that they probably should have gone a little bit into them, especially since they're just cheaper than Wraiths early on. So if you need something, and if you are against some sort of mechanical unit like Dragoons or whatever, you're just way better equipped. I also liked how my chat is desynced for some reason. Like on stream chat is lagging behind here. I'll reinitialize my local one. I don't know if that'll fix anything though. See if my U goes through. Oh, never mind. Error. Hey, you guys like this error? That's pretty good. I think this error is very useful. Let's see what information we can get on that. Oh, it looks like somehow it toggled onto to another like chat thing entirely. I don't even know how that's possible. I'm glad we got a streak of 3 U's thanks to Nightbot. All right, well, you know what they say. Pop out YouTube chat. Presumably it will still work on Twitch. But... Oh, yeah. Dude, what? I swear Windows is just a prank layered on top of another prank at this point. Okay. Let's add some of these new units to the defense calls. And Uh-oh. Hold on. Hold on, I just pranked myself again. I think I just need to select another unit ID, but I'm not sure. Let me see. Is it Alcageleskeg for all of those? I guess it doesn't really matter since it's not a unit that would matter in that context, but whatever, it's fine. No big deal. I actually don't remember. Are we up to 23 or 24 units right now? I also like how we have 2 people working on the tech tree mockup at the same time. And I guess that means it's 3 because I was also working on it earlier. Things come in threes these days. It's just the way things are. All right, anyway. Oops, wrong one. So the build and all that, that's fine. But I do need to mirror the changes here based on, or for the using calls as well. So we have to do def use mech, use bio, use air, def use gen. I guess this will be the general one. I don't know. No, there's got to be something that will be a little bit more consistent. I should probably just redo this from the beginning, but the world is going to shit. Time to work on some tech trees. I like that. So, if I were a general AI, what would I focus on? There's so many units that I've got to account for. So, I think the first thing that you do is you figure out like the average general build is like mostly ground focused with a little bit of air, and we'll probably lean towards bio in the early game. But the other problem is that the general build right now is kind of a catch-all term for literally anything that doesn't expressly fit into a specific opener otherwise. It's like basically the weird builds. So I'm not convinced that there is a one-size-fits-all approach to that sort of thing, right? But I guess we can just keep it the way it is and like set some things to 1 or whatever. Like maybe the general build would overbuild or build more southpaws than anything else. Okay. Oh, wait. I feel like we have, I don't know, Savant is already in there. Okay. Auga. So we do 2 Cyclops and 1 Goliath. And then What the fuck? An impressive name. TBH. Game Cigarillo. You actually. Oh yeah, Pegasus over here too. I think that's everything that we've added, but I can't... Oh, I think I missed Gorgons, though. Not only that, but we're missing Valkyrie entirely. I don't know how or why. Okay. Should be good. Well, it's not really researched at anything. I'm looking at this mock-up from... Oh, it looks like it's not even a mock-up. It's actually a web page or whatever, but... Instead of commas, I would probably do, like, pipes. Basic trooper. You can also take a look at, like, the in-game tooltips for this stuff, like all-purpose infantry attacks, ground and air units, or whatever. So, like, that was a next level vibration. Anyway, I forget where I was going with that. Got totally distracted. But yeah, the other thing too is that there's got to be some better way to format this so it's not as eye-bleeding. Obviously, this isn't researched at Barracks; it's just enabled by default. Wait, what? Sorry, I'm getting destroyed by something. You could do like enabled by, or it could just be some information there where it says like unit abilities, right? And then it's like stim packs, and then like as part of the description for that, it could just have it be like enabled by, and then you could either have default or an icon. Okay, yeah, it's optional too. That's perfect. Because then if there's nothing there, that it's just enabled by default. You can kind of expect that. Imagine this is our fucking defense block. Holy moly. I guess maybe it's fine to keep it in one in that case. Now that I'm thinking about it. I don't know. Maybe it's not, but we'll see. That seems pretty general purpose. Yeah. I don't really have a problem with it per se. Obviously, the main issue is that we're limited to 20 defense use calls. All right, so with, oh, I guess I still need to add def build, don't I, right? So let's do that then. Def build John. Yeah, some things I think should just be consistent throughout. I think that's fine. I guess we're not requesting any Gorgons, though. Add that there. It's pretty cool to think that we can just create pages like that in the future, though. How have they not added a search function to this website? Holy shit. Oh, wait. It just turned itself back on for no reason. That's pretty cool. Okay. Well, in that case, I guess I can get... I don't know if I should get rid of that. I don't know if that makes any sense. Yeah, whatever. I'm almost done streaming anyway. Okay. So for mech, we probably want like 2 Cyclops in this one. We can do 1 Goliath, 1 Cyclops. We definitely want to add the Penumbra. Commander. It's Yebint. Is it day? I don't remember. Yebint Amon. Yebint Amon. Oh wait, we need Penumbra. I don't understand why I decided to add some of these and not all of them. What a confusing situation. You. You. I don't actually remember what the... Okay. Maybe I can find it this way. Oh, here we go. It's wiki dot. Of course. How could I forget? I'm glad that like half of the images on that website were broken. For Marine, I like that one. Oh, this is just for ground. I've got to do it for air afterwards. Okay. Oh, wait. Yeah, okay. I'll get rid of that for there. Okay. All right. Yeah, that should do the trick. I like how earlier today I was like, oh yeah, we'll get started on some mapping, and totally forgot about I guess I mapped the tech tree. That's what I did. Didn't do much level design though. No. Okay, so that's a little bit better than it was before. Yeah, I forget where I saw do more, do better. Someone should check wherever that it came from. I guess. Just an idea. All right. I think that'll bring us to a close here today. Tomorrow I will be back with another one as expected. And I don't know what I'll do with the rest of my day. I guess I'll just chill out for a little bit. Figure out what my next move is. But I've done everything else, so. Maybe a little bit of interview prep for tomorrow, but aside from that, I think we're good. I think we're chilling. So, thanks for hanging out. And see you guys next time. You can email me. My email me is in the description of this me stream video. Check it out.